Okay. Well, now I'm in the United States. Woohoo! United States! And so basically, just to recap, I drove from Quebec down this little path. Right, yeah, and right here is where I got through into the United States. So I'm right here, and I'm going to be driving to Sugarloaf. Now, one of my problems right now is my phone does not have any service. It's searching for service, so I need to drive out. Hopefully I'll be able to find some service, but it's pitch dark outside. And just to give you an idea, I'll go at, like we're outside right now, like there's nothing that you could see. Nothing. It's pitch black. If I were to turn off my lights, I can't even see any stars. Very few. And there's elk, there's gonna be elk on the road. And it's a little scary, actually. I'm a little bit more scared now that I'm in the United States than I was at any point in Canada. Well, that's because we're in Maine. Maine is going to be a little tricky state. It's very small. Like, there's very few people living in Maine, and there's just a lot of space, and it's very open. It's not like it's very far from New York City. I'll tell you that. It's just, if you want to, just this is like. You might want to I don't want to sound offensive, but like this is like Antarctica. There's very few people, especially where I am right now located. There's very few people. Like, I've been sitting here for 15 minutes. There's only one car that drove by, and it was a truck. Right now it's 7 hours and 10 minutes, and so also we're gonna look for elk. There was just a sign that said, "Be careful," like a snowmobile sign, letting the drivers know that they might run into somebody riding their snowmobile here. So I can see that it gets, weather-wise, this place gets a lot snow-wise during the winter time and early spring, I guess, or late fall. Like, they would get a lot of snow here. But there's one thing. I have a problem with my car right now. I need to put more air into my front right tire. There we go. Speed limit 55. I'm driving 40 because I'm scared. Or, I don't know. Yeah, because I don't want to skid. It's 13 Fahrenheit. I'm using my high beams, and I've driven 743 miles since I've turned on my since I reset it, since Anna's home, and to drive to Anna's home. I think I drove about 100 miles. So altogether, you have to just add 100, and I've driven 842 miles so far. And then we'll see how long it takes me to drive back. I'll set up another timer. It's a little spooky here. I'm a little spooked. So that's why I'm going to keep the camera on. I'm going to try to talk. So something happens, and there's, this is it. Like, if something does happen, like this will be like my last, Even though I'm running out of space, you know what? I'm not gonna film too much tomorrow. But I have about 2 hours and 45 minutes left. I think that should be enough, yeah. Yeah, you know what? I can always edit this out, though. Or even, no, it might be interesting, though. I'll have to check it out now. I'll watch this. If I keep like the camera like this, you feel all the shaking too that I'm feeling. I'm just driving 40 miles per hour. Just making sure. See, the thing is, I'm driving uphill too, so I don't want to I just feel like if I'm gonna be driving like 60 miles per hour uphill, it's gonna, I don't know, I just don't feel comfortable doing that. I'd rather drive 40 miles. Plus, there's no pressure. There's no one behind me, so I just take it easy. But God, it's pitch dark. There's no lights whatsoever. Of course, an animal like elk or a moose would live here. Because this is perfect for them. Not a lot of cars, always dark. Wooded area to the left and to the right of me. It's probably like a vast forest. The breeding ground for animals like that. And it's good, you know, we need animals like that. We need these, you know, like some people, you know, if the worst case scenario, a moose jumps in front of my car, I smash it and I total my car, and I kill the animal, or I might get slightly bruised, or I don't know. It's the worst thing that can happen, and that's you know, like an animal, like it's living. It's part of like this whole vast ecosystem. Like it's in a natural state. It's living. Like we can't just, as people, we can't just say no to all these other creatures and yeah, to all these other creatures that live on the same planet as us. And one can even argue that they've been here longer. I'm able to go a little faster. I should get my car checked out when I get back. I think I'm overdue for an oil change as well. But no, I really want to get it checked out, just out of curiosity, because I've driven so much in such a short amount of period that it'd be a good idea to get it checked out. Yeah, but the oil change would be a good idea, because this way they'll like professionally put air into my tire. I'm all capable of doing that, putting the oil and tires and air. But I have a special thing for the next 2 years where I don't have to do it. I don't have to pay. It's free for me. So I just take my car to any Toyota dealership, and they would give me a free oil change and a free tire rotation, and for free. It's just part of my agreement. Some car companies do that. Not all, but some. I had to turn off my high beams because there's a truck incoming. Now we're driving downhill because I have to be braking. I have to check my phone. I'm going to turn this off. There's like properties here. There's some few like homes, I guess, and they're like for sale or for rent. Interesting. Very interesting. But I have no signal, so I'm sure there's you know, like there's 4G in places, and this is like, I'm sure, I don't want to sound offensive, but I think right now exactly where I am, like they're still working on getting themselves 1G. But there isn't really anything like it. But just to give you an example of where there's not even this like 1G. Well, even though there's electric poles, so there could be some internet, but I just got freaked out like 5 minutes ago. I was looking at, I saw something from a distance that my lights reflected upon, and it looked like some sort of animal, like sitting down. And as I drove closer, it resembled of like an owl or some sort of strange creature. But as I drove past it, it was just like a mailbox. But I didn't expect the mailbox, and it just, I don't know, reflected in a weird way. So. Driving uphill again. Spooky, 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 spooky. Spooky, 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 spooky. Think happy thoughts, Oleg. Happy thoughts. I want to see a moose. I want to see a moose. Moosey moose. I'm not even really quite sure how to get, like, I wonder what happens at the end of this road. Raw? Something bounced off my car. There's some cars here, so this is a place where people live. So okay, we're getting close to some sort of humanity, or some sort of human development. And these are cabins here. Okay. See, like those over there, I don't know if the camera captures it, but these were just billboards, so I guess. I'm gonna take a little break. So I got my phone working. I just called my mother. And now, well, you know what? I should mark this for reference. This is the way that I came in. So when you see, now I'm not sure, because here there was a fork, and I'm not sure if I passed this fork, because I would like to be driving 201, I guess down into Skogegan, then drive this way, and then kind of work my way back up here. As you can see, there doesn't seem to appear any way to get from there to there because of the rivers or some lakes or whatever. Lakes, I don't know. The rivers, I don't know. So I'm just going to continue driving on. This is somewhat of like, you know, there's some houses and stuff like that of that nature here. So I'm just going to keep driving. At a gas station, I confirmed I'm right here, Jackman. So I need to drive 201, and then go here, up into Kinfield, and then into Sugarloaf. And I'm like, there's some really die-hard Americans here. Like, that's one of the, like, on the border, like, these are like die-hard people. Like, they're on snowmobiles right there, really cool. And this is the gas station I'm at. Maybe I should get some gas. You know what? I should get some gas to be safe. And there's a motel right here next to me. So I'm with people. Just that my I don't want a data roam. I'm on some extended Verizon wireless network that I'm not sure, but it might cost me something to make phone calls and to receive them. It might be like an emergency thing, so I'll find out. But I don't want to worry about connecting it to internet. Not yet. Once I'm in like a nice area, I think I'll do it. Like, not a nice area, but in an area where I'm under regular coverage. I'm gonna get some gas. Well, this is what I found out. I was at the gas station and got some gas. I bought some more cigarettes and I got some coffee. Moose, their eyes don't reflect as deer's do. So their eyes are not as reflective, and they're black, so they can blend in with the blackness out there that we're seeing right now. And the sign said next 33 miles, just keep your eyes out for moose. And even the man who was working at the gas station that I went to get the gas and some goodies, he told me to watch out for moose. And I asked him a question. It might have been too serious of a question, but I asked him if Maine is more constitutionally free than North Carolina, because in that store they had like all sorts of things for sale, like professional slingshots, these guns, not like real guns, but like pressurized air guns, like heavy duty stuff that, for instance, in the state of New Jersey and in New York City would be considered as a real gun, and someone would, you have a good chance that you might go to jail for a very long time because if you have one of those. Certain states have different laws in terms of guns. For instance, Maine is a lot more free, but because there's a lot more land and a lot less people, and it's just the people grew up. The culture of the people is that everybody goes hunting, and there's a lot of wild animals out there that they need to protect themselves from time to time in extreme situations. But it's primarily mostly for hunting, I guess. And again, everybody uses the excuse of your home is your castle, and you have to defend it with your life. So that's why I never really worry about, like, for instance, the Chinese or anybody else invading America, because mostly I don't know, I would say more than 60%, you would have to kill off like more than 60% of the American population. Like everybody will defend their house with their life. Like everybody's armed. Everybody has a gun. Like everybody, like not to mention the military, but if you subtract the military, you're gonna have to go to house, and you're gonna lose. Like let's say the Chinese were to invade and try to take over. They would have to go to house, and they would lose a couple of soldiers per house in the process of trying to take over the house. So they would just run out of people. Not to mention all the Rambos out there that would just Rambo it up. Yeah, so I wanted to say that. But we have like about 2-3 hours worth of driving to go. It's 8 p.m. I haven't checked my phone yet, but I probably do not have any coverage on my data. So there's no GPS just quite yet to give me just everything. But I'm on the right road, and I just need to drive on this road for a while and keep my eyes out for moose. Moose, I love this word, moose. Oh, the reason why I wanted to share this part, why moose and deer are dangerous, is because when they're crossing the road and they see a moving car with lights, they're gonna stand still and look at it because they don't know any better, and they're gonna be like curious and try to understand what it is. But in the process of doing that, your car might slam into them, and they're very big and heavy animals. Moose especially, like it's a big animal. I think it's maybe like 1,000. I don't know how heavy it is, but I would imagine it'd be at least, like a full-grown moose, maybe like 600, 800, 1,200 pounds. That's a lot. I was just thinking, and one of the things that I wanted to say is I think I'm like driving through a mountain. There's Moscow. Oh, it's funny. I'm driving through like a mountain area, kind of. My ears keep popping, and now we're going down. And I wanted to point out something. The area. I have a situation. Once I get to that fork, I'm gonna make a final decision. Hopefully, my phone's gonna be working. I'm gonna calculate how long it's gonna take me to get back home, because I might need to get there before Friday. Not before Friday, but before Friday evening time. I don't know, and then it's all gonna get messed up. I don't know, but what do I want to say? Oh yeah. The ski resort that I'm driving to has. I was looking at that. Has a mountain elevation of 4,300 feet. Pretty cool. And I have to check to see how high the mountain ranges were of the Mount Tremblant that I was at. That I'm basically also pronouncing it very incorrectly, but for some reason it just comes out that way for me now. Kind of like moose. Like I'm just forced to. Maybe I've just gone a little mad that I just say it this way. Who knows? Yeah, so that's pretty cool. But once I get to that fork where I can begin to drive basically back up north, there's a car that's directly it's making like a U-turn, I think. It's fine. Okay, we can zoom in so we can see. It's like a truck. I guess he's just pulling in. I was confused. It's something that's crossed my mind. Like, everybody here seems to have a truck too, but as I'm driving it, it's kind of like I'm relying on somebody not to be like drunk or an asshole and like this, like, and just crash into me, like all of a sudden swerve into me. Like that's something that crosses my mind from time to time. Of just I don't know, somebody doing that, either drunk or they're just crazy. They want to, like, I don't know. So that's something that I think about from time to time when I'm driving, when I look at other cars. Not to swerve in them, but that, I hope they don't do that to me. So, but we're driving downhill again. And we turn on my high beams there. Before I've been driving, it's just been pitch dark. I was the only car, so now we have some light. We have some things to look at. Gas station to my left. Oh, by the way, I also passed by a motel and they had rooms for rent, and then the sign read $25. Wow, it's really cheap. You know, this is middle of middle of almost nowhere. But it's not. I bet it's nice here, like for some people to live out here. It's so quiet. I bet it's so relaxing, and you're just surrounded by nature. Though opportunities, you might be limited on opportunities, and like, I don't know, like if you just come here with nothing and you want to start a life, I think it might be very difficult for you to get a job. Or, you know, if you come here with like $10 in your pocket, I think it's going to be very difficult for you to make any money. Though I think the people will definitely, I think, help you out. You know, like, but you're going to be forced to do a lot of, I think, manual labor, like physical work. I don't think a place like this doesn't have any financial, like, I don't know, like something like that, or maybe there's probably like a few doctors here, and then they just like to live here, and they probably just most of the time do just. Oh, I said sign for 16, right? 2016. South. Oh, wait a second, I need to figure this out. I saw a sign for 16, and then that was it. My GPS, by the way, it blanked out, so I'm guessing I'm in a special area again. But let me just figure this out for a moment. I have a car behind me. No, I don't have a car behind me. Oh, it is behind me. Let me just pull over. No. Hold on. Well, I found out where I am. I'm in Bingham. It's 9:04 p.m. Speaking of time, let me check my phone. No, okay, my phone is just... Yeah, I get it. Okay. 9:04. Okay, so I'm not that far. I think once I get to Solon, from Solon I can get into North Anson. I think this is a path, and then I could go up into Kinfield, and then I don't know where the best place to go is for Sugarloaf. This would be the tough part, because I could go up to, I guess, Stratton. I thought Stratton was Vermont. It's weird. Maybe there's two Strattons, but I thought Stratton was Vermont. You know, like maybe I can go up to Phillips, because eventually I would need to travel on the 95. I would get on the 95 and just gun it back home, because that's just the highway along the coast that would get me home. No, I'll figure it out. I saw a sign for 201A South, and I think that's that fork that I need to take, which I'm taking now, which will put me on that left side. It's going towards, I guess, North Arson or something like that. We should just double check with the map. Let's just do it together. Well, I did it. I stopped there and I looked at it and I thought about it. But let's just do it together. So I think this is it. Where is it? Sorry. Over here. 201 Alternative. North Onsen. I think this is it. I hope so. We'll find out. Well, this is where we are. We have a decision to make. There's 201A to the left, 8 to the left, and the road is 16. So let's just double check. Where is 16? None of these things are on my map. Well, there is 16. Huh. But left or right doesn't really matter. It doesn't tell me. Or 8. Is my phone working? extended network, no. Whew, no cars, thank God. Okay, so what to do? It doesn't matter. This is the 16. So this is the 16. Sorry. This is the 16. Wait, I'll figure it out, because it's hard for me to focus into. I ended up driving right, and then I made, then I saw something east, and then I decided to turn around. So I'm driving left on that 201A. I'm not sure. I'm kind of thinking that it was either or a bad decision to make, but time will tell. It is 9:32 p.m. Well, I just figured out that it would take me 7 hours and 11 minutes from here to get back home, 400 miles, and I think that's probably get there in 6 hours once I get onto my 95. And I figured out where I am. I am kind of right at the Solon area. Solon, so I'm like right here. I started to drive up a little bit back up north, but I'll be able to fix that. Oh, I just had like a small panic attack. I looked to my left, and all I saw was like this huge forest, and I could not see a single thing except a few trees that stood out from the light. And I just imagined the worst possible things, like behind those trees, like waiting for me. So I pulled over and I made sure my car doors were locked. I don't know, it's just so frightful to be here. There's no one here. There's no cars. I'm the only car. And let alone I'm the only car with like New Jersey plate. Like I'm like fresh meat to a lot of people here. That, like if they enjoy fucking with people, there's a lot of people that enjoy fucking with people. And I just got frightened. You know, like I would, you know, like me being from New Jersey would not, you know, like I would just be a Jersey boy. The boys from Maine would fuck me up, I think. But you know, I have some Russian blood in me, so I'm more than up for the challenge. Not really. I'm not into those kinds of things, but it's just frightful a little bit. I'm going the right way, I believe now. I got my phone connected to everything now. I got like a million emails from YouTube and some personal things that arrived, messages and stuff. Yeah, it's just spooked out. Like I can't really, I don't even want to stop to just film it, because I would just be freaked out if something were to jump out. Like it would just be like, oh, okay, you know, like eventually I would figure it out and maybe laugh about it, but just you know, just the sheer thought of it. Maybe you can see some, maybe, I don't know, maybe you can see some of the things out here. Yeah. You know what it is that I finally got my text message from an ex-girlfriend. She thanked me for some flowers that I gave to her. I left in her home for her. Sweet. And she finally got, you know, she finally messaged me and she said, sorry it took so long. So, it makes me feel nice that, you know, because I remember, you know, I did that a few weeks ago and didn't hear anything back from that, and it just felt really bad. Yeah, so I'm going the right way. I think once I'm in Kingston, I might consider looking for just a place to spend the night there in Kingston, Maine, which is pretty much next to Sugar Lane, or is it, yeah, Sugar Lane Mountain, or Sugar something, somewhere in Maine, Sugar, near the, essentially I'm also driving, like I can take this road that I'm on back to Canada, and how funny would that be? Like I'm driving, like that would just be like an automatic, like I'm some sort of like a super duper drug smuggler, where I'm like I figure out a way where I'm like I can smuggle drugs undetected. It'd be so funny if I check in back with Canada, like I go back to Canada a different way. Like it's just if I don't know, I just don't have time. I need to be back on Saturday. I have work to do. It's just funny. Like, I could for the giggles and then drive back, just get myself searched again and like. But it would just, it's no, I don't know. I have a right to do it, Like, I think I have, yeah, I absolutely have a right to do that. If they suspect it, they suspect it. They can check me, search me, whatever. Go inside my cavity inside my body. There's 2 cavities. Yeah. Okay. So, okay. Oh, I'm back in a good mood again. Okay. This is where I am. I got a fork again. No cars, okay. 27, 142, 16. We got some signs for something. Nursery, Poland Spring Bottling. Oh, Poland Spring Bottling. That's pretty cool. Well, I'm gonna go left, I think. Well, I think I'm near Kingston. I'll tell you that. And my somebody called me, and I told him where it was. 16, I guess. Attention by having the camera up like while I'm recording. So we'll let this car pass. Okay, and let's figure this out. Because according to my phone, this is where I am. I don't know if you can see that. So I'm near Kingston or Kingsfield, which is 16. Now, according to my map, I am I guess right here, Kingfield. I don't know if you see that right here, Kingfield. And this is the mountains right here in the center. Not really sure what the best decision to do is right now. I guess maybe get a place in Kingfield. I mean, the thing is that it's convenient. I mean, well, yeah, it doesn't matter. I think I'll just go to Kingfield and go for a rest. Yeah, it'll probably be cheap too. This is like a really good time now that my cell phone is working to call my bank and find out how much money I have left. But also my friend Buddy called me. There's a car coming, and I told him where it was. Hopefully it doesn't rob me. That's one of the. That's actually, no, I'm joking about that. But that's one of the bad things about. I mean, I'm poor though, so there's really nothing to steal. But I guess there's a lot of robberies, or a lot of people who steal stuff from other people. They farm that information on Facebook when someone says, like, for instance, "Oh, I'm gonna go away," and then they say when they're going away, and then that's just they're sitting duck. Well, not really, but people take chances. It's a thought, though, I guess, for people to consider when they go away, to more or less keep that information private or within your circle of friends. You don't want to tell everybody or just put that information public unless you don't have anything. But then, even though, like, fuck, I have a computer where I do a lot of work that could easily be worth, I don't know, $1,000. I don't know. But oh, there's a graveyard. There is a graveyard. There is a graveyard. There is a graveyard. Oh my god. Is it capturing us? Yeah, it is. Ooh, spooky. Sugarloaf, 15, Stratton, 33. There's a person walking. Oh my god, there's somebody walking. Whew, scary. Could have been a ghost. No, but it could have been like a person that was hanging out in a graveyard. Like, that's normal. Alright. Well, I checked my, it's right now, it is 10:12 p.m. I've checked my my GPS. I'm driving actually back, this is the road to get back into Canada, but I already passed that town, Kingsfield or Kingston, and so think I don't know. I need to find like a place to sleep. I think now. I think it's best that I do that. I was hoping there would be something in. I don't know. I was hoping there would be something like some sort of a main place where people go. But I don't know if there is going to be one. Because there's a snowstorm coming tomorrow that I might have to drive through. And I don't know. Kind of just, I don't know, I just feel sad right now. Because now I spoke to some people I know from my life and it just got me down. I'm actually thinking about just scrapping everything and just driving back home. But I'm not gonna do that. I'm going to be strong. I'm gonna be a strong person. But I still need to find a place to stay. I'm not sure if I'm going to find a place to stay. Hopefully I will. I just walked into a bar and I got myself a beer and some directions. Someone suggested that in 5 miles there'll be an access road to the base of the mountain. There's going to be lots of motels and lodging and etc. And it should all be mostly vacant, which is good news for me. But it just got a little awkward in there because they wanted me to stay there, and they brought the key out. I didn't even ask them for a hotel. And I was speaking to some of the I guess no offense meant, but some of the local drunks, and some of them were quite intrigued by me, I guess. And foolishly, I'm a very transparent person, so it's quite dangerous for me to meet people like that and to explain myself to them, because they could always attempt to exploit. But I'm very, very smart. So I walked away immediately as I began to foresee a just 0.00001% chance. I can't take the risk, so I left. As it's imperative that I leave tomorrow. Under no circumstances I cannot fuck that up. So back to our trip. So access road in 5 miles. I took a notice that it's 8:43 miles when I said access in 5 miles. So I'll check in. There was an access road, and it said outdoor center, and it showed some skiing stuff. So I'm driving up here, and hopefully there's going to be a motel or a hotel, and I'm gonna try to negotiate some sort of a ski and stay package. But whatever time they open up, I'll be up there, because if I have to plan it accordingly, that I should be leaving maybe at 12. Maybe there isn't a hotel here, actually. This is like a parking lot of sorts. Welcome to Sugarloaf Outdoor Center. Skier drop off. And that's it? Really? There's no hotel of any kind here. Actually, that's really weird. Well, it continues. There's a road that continues. Actually, it appears to be a road. No, it could be a skiing trail. I don't want to go down there. And only car here. Okay, I took another access road that I found, but this one said private members only. Please respect the roads, and I passed by some sort of an inn, Nestlewood Inn. So now I'm just completely lost, and it's starting to snow. It just seems like everything's going to hell slowly. I don't know why. just seems that way. My camera's about to die. I don't know where I'm driving through, like some private road that said entrance. Like these are private roads, respect them. I think I might have to turn back and go to that Nestlewood Inn that I saw. From time to time, my car is skidding because it's losing control. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna turn around because I don't think I'm gonna find any success here. I think I'm gonna camp out at that Nestlewood Inn. Or maybe I'm gonna just park my car there, and then sit on my phone a little bit, charge my phone a little bit, and I think that's what I'll do. Yeah, so I'm gonna do. Okay, so I stopped by the Nestlewood Inn, and the going rate was $135, and I just simply cannot afford that. Plus, there's no discount on the ski, but he did give me information on where I just need to drive like a half a mile, and then there will be the access road. So close. Hopefully, it's gonna be similar to what was in Mount. What is this? Is this the road? Oh, it's further up. Okay. It's gonna be similar to Mount Templart. I forgot the name of it. I'm sorry. There's a car. Okay. I see a lot of signs for hotel inn, and this is gonna be like a base. And I passed by a few already locations. Sugar Inn. I think I saw a sign for Sugar Inn, which I was told was gonna be like $60, but we'll just keep driving. Oh, there's something to the left that could be part of like these. I guess these are fancy schmancy condos for, I guess, when you go out in groups. I'm at the Sugarloaf Mountain Hotel. I guess this is like the best, fanciest hotel here. Let's just find out of curiosity what kind of deal we can get. So I figured it out, kind of, more or less. I got the map from this hotel. This hotel charges $135, and they gave me some instructions for a hotel that charges $65. Maybe I could get a ski lift, and the ski lift ticket is like $65, so it's going to be a total of like $140. I can do that. I don't know, I just have a bad feeling about all this. It's starting to snow. I don't know. Well, he gave me the It's just supposed to be like an envelope. That's pretty cool. But what's 50? So basically I'm supposed to drive 7 miles to get to somewhere, Taro or something like that. There's a golf club around here. I guess I'll go there. Well, I'm back on this highway of sorts. there was a thing that said a sign that read 37 miles away from the U.S.-Canadian border. So it looks like I'm driving back to Canada. No, maybe I'll run into like a motel like on around here. I checked my VZ Navigator, find motels, and I saw a few places up here, but up ahead, just a few miles, 5 miles. And I called 3 places, and none of them picked up. And it was like this voicemail left by this woman who seemed pissed off, and I don't know, just like there was a tone in her voice that just made me think that she was, I don't know, that she hated her life. And and at that Sugarloaf Inn, whatever, like I was speaking to there was a young guy who was in the front, and there was like another woman in the back, and he kept running to her for like, I guess, information, and she kept talking to him and to me while in the other room. It was just very disrespectful, very, very unprofessional. That's why sometimes sometimes it's better to pay that little extra money and go for like a corporate brand, so you get a little more service, a little bit more respect. But I'll drive there. It's snowing. I'll drive there and I'll try to investigate. Even though one of the voicemails even like left a cell phone number. Like, oh, I'm sorry I'm unable to pick up the phone. Please call us at our cell phone. I don't know.